Inferno, based on the novel of the same name by Dan Brown. It's directed by Ron Howard once again, and it's the sequel to The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons. Now, I've never read the books, so I can't actually compare this film to the actual novel, but one thing I will start with saying is, considering this film is based on themes and ideas that really do interest me, I found this film to be incredibly boring. Like watching beige paint dry. Like literally just sitting there, painting the wall in a beige or white sort of paint, sitting there and staring at it and watching it dry. That's how entertaining this film was. Right, so this is the third time for Tom Hanks to portray Robert Langdon. And this film starts off with him waking up in a hospital in Florence, Italy, with no memory of what's happened, and then finds himself the target of a major manhunt. He's helped escape and aided throughout the film by a Dr. Sienna Brooks, who's played very well by Felicity Jones. She was quite good in this. Langdon is continuously plagued with visions of hell during most of the duration of this film, as the two race to stop a plot that will wipe out billions of people across the world in days, kind of like a population control sort of thing. But you know what, they waffle on so much, I actually really did kind of lose interest to the point where I really didn't have a clue what was going on. So Felicity's performance in this was quite good, but she's one of the very few positives I could give this film, because I think even Tom Hanks found it difficult to show interest in this material. I mean, his performance was just okay. I mean, it was just, you know, just Tom Hanks. I mean, it was just okay. There was nothing really stand out about his performance. It came across as someone who's bored, that there was nothing really special about his performance. I mean, it was just serviceable. Now, talking about performances, Irrfan Khan, I think that's how you say his first name. I apologise if it's not. But Irrfan Khan, you would know him from Jurassic World, maybe. But for me, he was the biggest positive about this film. I think it really gave a good performance as this Harry Sims. He was the head of this consortium. But again, I mean, I didn't have a clue what was going on, but yeah, I think he did a really good job with the character. This character, and his performance stood out among everyone else's. For me, he was also the most interesting character, and I can't really say he really had that much screen time, but it made me want to see more of this character and what he could do. I just think he really did just stand out, and I think it was I wanted to see more of him, and I think the only thing that really kept my attention throughout this film until the end was to see where what would happen to this character and what he would do in that, because I thought he really did give a good performance. And apart from Felicity Jones, who was also okay, I mean, there was nothing really special performance-wise from anyone else. But Irrfan Khan was really, really good in this film, and I only know him from Jurassic World. I think he's actually quite a famous actor in Bollywood, maybe. I'm not too sure. But very, very good actor. I really, really liked him in this. Now, like I previously said, this is a film that I should be interested in and enjoy. I mean, it's based on themes and ideas that do interest me, with Dante's Inferno and all that. But this film gets so convoluted and complex that I really had no idea at times what was going on. And then when the plot actually starts to unravel and everything starts to come to light, I'm left thinking, well, was there really any need for them to overcomplicating the plot? I mean, it was like you'd get questions, twist, the odd twist here and there, then you get questions, and then when you get the actual answer at the end, it was like, why didn't you just ask this question? Everything that happens in this film leading to its conclusion just seemed very pointless and needless. You know, nothing really happened to come to this sort of conclusion. It was like we had this big conclusion at the end, and I'm thinking, well, what was the point in everything else that happened up to this point? I mean, it just, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Let me know below in the comments, but I just found this film to be pointless. It was just, it didn't go where I wanted it to go. I wanted it, and it was just your basic bog standard save the world from a madman. I mean, it didn't really go deep into the the answer, the questions and the themes and the ideas that I wanted it to. But even after I see the film, it was because I write notes quickly down to just keep it fresh in my mind. But it was a very forgettable film. Even the action scenes. I mean, I sat there thinking, crap, were there actually any action scenes? And there's one action scene that does come to my head. I remember sitting there thinking, oh my god! I mean, it was a terrible scene. It was just weird. It was a scene that has these drones in it, and they run in Robert Langdon and the Doctor, Sienna Brooks. They run in through this park, and you've got these drones after them, and just some of the camera shots and what they did, and I was like, it really didn't thrill me in the slightest. I mean, it was just. Oh, I mean, there's nothing exciting. It was just very bland. I mean, the action scenes in this film they weren't very exciting. I think Ron Howard's direction was very bland, and I really didn't like the way he chose to shoot certain scenes in this movie. I mean, there were a lot of very awkward camera angles that actually threw you out of the movie because you were wondering what you were supposed to be looking at. Maybe, again, that's just me. I don't know. But it's like you could tell they were struggling to make something interesting out of the material that they had. Like I said, I've never read the novel, but this film really did struggle to find a hook. With me, anyway. Throughout the film, Langdon is pursued by a female agent sent out to kill him. First of all, I think it's just to capture him, but eventually it's to kill him. And the way the actress plays this agent reminded me of something from Terminator 2. I mean, the T-1000, in fact. And if you've seen the film, if you've seen Inferno, you'll know what I mean. But with the bike, the police bike and everything, and just the way she barges down that corridor like that. I mean, everything about it was T-1000. And actually, I got so bored that I was hoping one of the many needless twists in this film would be her turning into a metallic form. But, no, it never happened. And I sat there waiting. I sat there waiting, watching that paint dry. That beige paint dry. Right. A praise that I'm going to give some praise to this film because it wasn't, 100% a disaster. Close, but not 100%. But the film's musical score, I really like Hans Zimmer's score in all three of these movies. Mind, I've only seen the first one all the way through, and I've seen half of the second film, Angels and Demons. I actually fell asleep. So I think it's probably all down to the story, really, in these books. Like I said, I've never read the stories, I never read the books, but maybe I don't think I should. But there's especially this one piece of music that he's used in all three of the films, but in different forms. And I think for Inferno, I think it's called Life Must Have Its Mysteries. And they use it at the end credits as well, but it's used kind of briefly throughout the film. But I absolutely adore this piece of music. I actually stayed throughout the credits just to listen to it because I thought I may as well take something out of this film, and I do. I really, really, really like Hans Zimmer scores in this film. It's kind of like the main theme, you could say, but in each film it has a different sort of name. It's a different sort of form. But it's called Life Must Have Its Mysteries, and I just adore that piece of music. Come to think of it, the music is so grand and so rich, deep, but it's almost as if the music was created for a film that was actually a hell of a lot deeper and a lot more messages and meaning in it. And this film didn't have any of that. And it's like Hans Zimmer scored this thinking, oh, well, this film, it should have, much deeper sort of themes and, deeper meaning. But the musical score didn't quite fit the actual music. If you listen to the score at the, if you happen to listen to the score about watching the film, you'd think the film is a hell of a lot better than this, because I think the music says so much. The music tells a story. It's a shame, really, the film wasn't. Yeah, it's a watchable movie, but it's not a rewatchable movie. I don't think. I found it boring and bland with only 2 good performances and a beautiful musical score, but with an over-complex plot that really didn't need to be. because really, when it came to the conclusion, and it's like, and that's it. That's really it. And maybe that was just me. It was full of plot holes and just, it was just a big jumbled mess that threw me out of the movie, and I just got completely lost as a result. And I was like, oh well, I mean, at least I got Hans Zimmer's score. I mean, I really did like that, and you had Irrfan Khan delivering a really, really good performance in a very sort of poor kind of film. So yeah, I'll be giving Inferno a D. What did you guys think? Did you enjoy Inferno? Was it a faithful adaptation of the novel? Please let me know in the comments below. And once again, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please hit subscribe and follow me on my journey.